Our planet, this beautiful blue marble suspended in the vastness of space, is predominantly a world of water. Yet, the great majority of it, the deep dark expanse of our oceans, remains almost entirely unknown to us. It is a realm of profound mystery, a place where sunlight does not penetrate, and the pressures are immense. For centuries, we have looked to the stars for signs of the unknown, but the greatest frontier, teeming with secrets, lies right here on Earth, just beneath the waves. Researchers and oceanographers, the brave pioneers of this abyss, readily admit that we have explored less than 5% of our oceans. They concede that within these unexplored depths, almost anything could exist. Creatures beyond our wildest imaginings, lost relics of our own history, and geological wonders that defy belief. In recent years, however, with the advent of new technologies, submersibles capable of withstanding crushing pressures, sophisticated sonar mapping, and autonomous underwater vehicles, we have begun to pull back the curtain on this hidden world, and what we have found is nothing short of breathtaking. Countless incredible discoveries have been made, each one adding a new, fascinating chapter to the story of our planet. From ancient cities swallowed by the sea to bizarre natural phenomena that seem to belong on another world, the ocean is slowly revealing its secrets. Today, we'll be taking a look at the top 15 most amazing underwater discoveries. In the annals of human achievement, few moments shine as brightly as the Apollo 11 mission, our first steps upon another world. The colossal Saturn V rocket that propelled humanity towards the moon was a marvel of engineering, its powerful F1 engines burning for mere minutes before completing their task and falling away, destined, it was thought, for a permanent resting place in the silent abyss of the Atlantic Ocean. For over 4 decades they lay forgotten, a testament to a golden age of exploration, hidden nearly 3 miles beneath the surface. It seemed an impossible task to ever see them again, but the spirit of exploration that drove the Apollo missions lives on. In 2012, a privately funded expedition, led by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, set out to achieve the impossible. Using state-of-the-art sonar, the team painstakingly scanned a vast area of the seabed. After weeks of searching, they found them. Ghostly, twisted shapes emerging from the murky darkness. These were the titans that had defied gravity, now silent and still, claimed by the immense pressure and corrosive salt of the deep sea. It was a discovery that connected 2 great eras of human endeavor. The recovery was a monumental challenge in itself. Specially designed robotic submarines were sent down into the crushing blackness to carefully lift the corroded fragile relics. When they were finally brought to the surface, it was a deeply moving moment. These engines, which had once roared with unimaginable power, were now silent artifacts, monuments not only to our journey to the moon, but also to the enduring mysteries of the ocean, which had held them in its cold embrace for so long, waiting for another generation of explorers to find them. In Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, the limestone bedrock is riddled with water-filled sinkholes known as cenotes, considered by the ancient Maya to be sacred portals to the underworld. From the surface, Cenote Angelita appears to be a beautiful, clear freshwater pool, a tranquil spot for divers. But as one descends, something utterly surreal begins to unfold. At a depth of around 30 meters, a strange, milky cloud hangs suspended in the water. It looks for all the world like a river, flowing through the heart of the cenote. This extraordinary phenomenon is not magic, but a fascinating quirk of chemistry. The cloud is a thick layer of hydrogen sulfide, produced by decaying organic matter that has fallen into the cenote over centuries. This layer separates the fresh water above from a denser, oxygen-deprived saltwater layer below. The effect is astonishingly convincing. The hydrogen sulfide mist swirls and eddies like a spectral fog, and ancient tree trunks and branches poke through it, their bare limbs creating the illusion of a riverbank lining this ghostly underwater stream. For the divers who venture into this otherworldly landscape, it is a truly disorienting experience. To pass through the cloud is to travel between worlds. Above, there is light and life. Below, in the anoxic saltwater, the world is dark, still, and eerily silent. Cenote Angelita is a powerful reminder that the most bizarre and beautiful landscapes on our planet are not always found on dry land, but are often hidden away, waiting to be discovered in the most unexpected of places. For centuries, it was a name whispered only in ancient texts. Thonis Heracleion, a magnificent port city of ancient Egypt, a gateway to the Mediterranean, was mentioned by the Greek historian Herodotus and featured in epic myths. But with no physical evidence of its existence, it was slowly relegated to the realm of legend, a fabled metropolis lost to the mists of time. It was believed to have been swallowed by the sea, a story that seemed too grand to be true, until, that is, the turn of our own century. In the year 2000, a team led by French underwater archaeologist Frank Gaudio was surveying an area off the coast of Alexandria in Aboukir Bay. Their sonar equipment detected something anomalous beneath the sand and silt of the seabed. As they began to excavate, the legend of Thonis Heraclean dramatically resurfaced into reality. What they found was not just a few scattered artifacts, but the sprawling remains of the entire city, perfectly preserved beneath the waves for over 1,200 years after it was consumed by the sea following an earthquake. The discoveries were staggering. Colossal, 16-foot-tall statues of pharaohs and gods were gently lifted from their watery graves, their stone faces staring out from the abyss. They found the remains of more than 60 ships, countless gold coins, and massive temple slabs inscribed with ancient hieroglyphs. It was a complete, submerged world, a snapshot of life in one of the most important trading hubs of the ancient world. The discovery of Thonis Heraclean is a breathtaking testament to the fact that sometimes, the greatest myths are simply history, waiting to be rediscovered. When one thinks of canyons, the mind invariably travels to the sun-scorched landscapes of Arizona, to the vast, majestic chasm of the Grand Canyon. It is an icon of the natural world, but hidden beneath the cold, nutrient-rich waters of the Bering Sea, off the coast of Alaska, lies a canyon that dwarfs even this terrestrial giant. This is the Zemchog Canyon, the largest submarine canyon in the world. Its sheer scale is almost impossible to comprehend. Carved over millennia by ancient rivers and geological forces, Zemchog is so vast that if it were on land, it would stretch for hundreds of miles. At its deepest point, it plunges more than 2.6 kilometers, significantly deeper than the Grand Canyon. Yet, for all its immensity, it remains largely unseen by human eyes, its towering cliffs and sweeping valleys shrouded in the perpetual twilight of the deep ocean. It is a monumental piece of planetary architecture, hidden from view. But this canyon is far from empty. Its unique topography creates upwellings of deep, cold water, bringing vital nutrients to the surface. This process fuels an explosion of life. The canyon walls are home to vibrant communities of deep-sea corals and sponges, creating a habitat for a staggering array of marine creatures. From vast schools of fish to majestic marine mammals like whales and seals that come to feed in its productive waters, Zemchog Canyon is not just a geological marvel, but a critical, thriving ecosystem, a hidden metropolis of life in the cold depths of the north. In the heart of Stockholm, on a summer's day in 1628, a spectacle of immense pride was about to unfold. The Vasa, the most powerful warship ever built for the Swedish Navy, was embarking on its maiden voyage, adorned with hundreds of ornate gilded carvings, bristling with bronze cannons. It was a floating symbol of military might and artistic grandeur. Crowds gathered to watch as it set sail from the palace. But the triumph was to be tragically short-lived. Just a few minutes into its journey, barely a mile from shore, a gust of wind caught its sails. The ship, catastrophically top-heavy and unstable, listed dangerously to one side. Water rushed in through the open lower gun ports. To the horror of the onlookers, the magnificent vessel shuddered and then sank rapidly, taking with it at least 30 of the souls on board. It was a national humiliation, and the great ship came to rest on the seabed of the Stockholm harbor, where it would lie in the cold, dark mud for more than 3 centuries. Then, in the 1950s, an amateur archaeologist named Anders Franzén became obsessed with finding the lost warship. Using historical records and a simple coring device, he painstakingly searched the harbor floor. In 1956, he pulled up a plug of blackened oak. He had found it. The cold, brackish waters of the Baltic had miraculously preserved the ship from the microorganisms that normally devour wood. In 1961, in an unprecedented feat of marine salvage, the entire ship was lifted, almost completely intact, from the seabed. Today, the Vasa stands in its own museum, a haunting and astonishingly complete time capsule from the 17th century. Not all underwater discoveries inspire wonder. Some serve as a grim and urgent warning. For decades, it was a little-known secret of California's industrial past. Between the 1940s and 1970s, it was common practice for chemical companies to dispose of their most hazardous waste by simply sealing it in barrels and dumping it into the deep ocean. The vast Pacific, it was assumed, would dilute and disperse the toxins, rendering them harmless. The seafloor off the coast of Los Angeles became a convenient, out-of-sight dumping ground. In recent years, scientists from the University of California, San Diego's Scripps Institution of Oceanography, using advanced underwater robotic technology, have begun to map this hidden legacy. What they are finding is deeply disturbing. On the seabed, between Santa Catalina Island and the Los Angeles coast, they have identified what appears to be a vast underwater graveyard of toxic waste. Sonar mapping has revealed tens of thousands, perhaps even hundreds of thousands, of barrel-sized objects littering the ocean floor. The primary concern is the presence of DDT, a pesticide that was banned decades ago but is notoriously persistent in the environment. Scientists are now racing to understand the scale of the problem. Are the barrels leaking? How is this toxic sludge affecting the marine ecosystem and the food chain? This discovery is not a relic of a forgotten world, but a present-day environmental crisis unfolding in slow motion in the deep sea. It is a stark reminder that the ocean is not a bottomless dump, and the consequences of our past actions are now, quite literally, resurfacing. Iceland is a land of fire and ice, a place where the raw power of geology is on full display. It is one of the few places on Earth where a mid-ocean ridge, the seam where tectonic plates are pulling apart, rises above sea level. This is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and in Thingvellir National Park, this geological marvel creates a truly unique underwater environment, the Silfra Rift. Here, divers and snorkelers can experience something that is possible almost nowhere else on the planet. The rift is a deep fissure in the Earth, filled with glacial meltwater that has been filtered for decades through porous underground lava rock. This natural filtration process makes the water at Silfra astonishingly clear, with underwater visibility that can exceed 100 meters. It is some of the purest water on Earth. Descending into Silfra is like floating through liquid air, a world of mesmerizing blue and green hues, where the sunlight penetrates deep into the chasm. But, the true magic of Silfra lies in what its walls represent. On one side is the North American tectonic plate, on the other, the Eurasian plate. They are slowly, inexorably drifting apart, at a rate of about 2 centimeters per year. To swim through this fissure is to float in the no-man's land between two continents. You can literally reach out and touch North America and Europe at the same time. It is a profound, humbling experience, a direct, physical connection to the immense and powerful geological forces that are constantly shaping our world, usually hidden far beneath the ocean's surface. Off the southern coast of Japan's Ryukyu Islands lies Yonaguni, a remote island known for its hammerhead sharks and strong currents. But in 1986, a local dive tour operator exploring a new site made a discovery that would spark decades of intense debate. Rising from the seabed, just meters below the surface, was a colossal rock structure, an immense series of monolithic platforms, steps, and pillars that appeared, to some, to be distinctly man-made. It became known as the Yonaguni Monument. The structure is immense, measuring around 50 meters long and 20 meters wide. It features what many describe as giant tiered platforms, right-angled stone blocks, and formations that resemble a grand staircase and even a turtle carved from stone. The central question is a simple one with a profoundly complex answer. Is this a natural geological formation, shaped by millennia of strong ocean currents and seismic activity? Or is it a man-made structure, the ruins of a lost ancient civilization swallowed by the sea, a Japanese Atlantis? Geologists point to the nature of the sandstone, which tends to break along straight plains, arguing that the sharp angles and step-like formations can be explained by natural processes. Others, however, insist that the structure's complexity and symmetry are just too great to be coincidental. They propose it could be the remnant of a 10,000-year-old city, built at the end of the last ice age when sea levels were much lower. The Yonaguni Monument remains one of the world's most tantalizing underwater enigmas, blurring the line between geology and archaeology, and fueling our fascination with lost worlds. In the year 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers sought shelter from a storm near the island of Antikythera. When the storm passed, they decided to dive in the area and stumbled upon the wreck of an ancient Roman cargo ship, sunk deep beneath the waves. Over the next year, in a perilous recovery effort, they brought up a treasure trove of artifacts, marble statues, pottery, and glassware. But amongst the treasures was a lump of corroded bronze, so unassuming it was almost overlooked. This lump sat in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens for 2 years, dismissed as little more than a piece of rock or a broken statue. It was only when it broke apart, revealing a series of intricate gear wheels inside, that its true significance began to dawn. What the divers had found was something that, honestly, should not have existed. It was a machine of breathtaking complexity, an astronomical calculator far more sophisticated than anything known from that period. It would become known as the Antikythera mechanism. Modern imaging techniques like X-rays and CT scans have allowed scientists to peer inside the corroded fragments and reconstruct the device. They discovered a complex system of over 30 interlocking bronze gears that could predict the positions of the sun, moon, and planets, the dates of lunar and solar eclipses, and even the cycle of the ancient Olympic Games. Dated to the 2nd century BCE, it predates any other known device of similar complexity by more than 1,000 years. The Antikythera mechanism completely rewrote our understanding of ancient Greek technology, proving they possessed a level of mechanical and astronomical genius we are only just beginning to appreciate. The Baltic Sea is a dark and mysterious body of water, its floor a repository of countless shipwrecks and secrets. In 2011, a Swedish ocean exploration team called Ocean X was using sonar to search for sunken treasure when they detected something highly unusual on their screens. At a depth of nearly 90 meters, their equipment mapped a large, perfectly circular object, some 60 meters in diameter. It had strange features that resembled ramps, stairs, and other geometric structures. Dubbed the Baltic Sea Anomaly, the discovery immediately captured the public imagination. The sonar image was striking, bearing a passing resemblance to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Theories ran wild. Was it a natural but highly unusual rock formation? Was it a sunken anti-submarine defense from World War II? Or, as the most sensational theories proposed, was it the crash site of an extraterrestrial vehicle? The team also reported that their electrical equipment failed whenever they were directly above the object, adding another layer of mystery. Geologists have largely dismissed the more outlandish claims, suggesting it is most likely a glacial deposit, a rock formation carved and dropped by retreating ice sheets during the last ice age. However, the team that found it remains unconvinced, pointing to the object's strange symmetry and the materials they claim to have recovered from it. The Baltic Sea Anomaly is a perfect example of how a single, ambiguous image from the deep can spark a global debate, highlighting our deep-seated desire to find the extraordinary and the unknown in the hidden corners of our world. We have already visited a ghostly river in a Mexican cenote, but in the Black Sea, scientists have discovered something even more remarkable. It is not an illusion caused by different water densities, but a true, flowing river of water, carving its own channel along the seabed. Discovered by scientists from the University of Leeds, this underwater river is a force of nature in its own right, a phenomenon previously thought impossible. It flows with such power that it has carved deep riverbanks and even features rapids and waterfalls. This incredible feature is formed by super salty water from the Mediterranean Sea pouring through the Bosphorus Strait and into the less salty Black Sea. Because this dense water is heavier, it sinks to the bottom and flows along the seabed as a distinct current, carrying with it sediment and nutrients. The scale of this river is immense. If it were on land, it would be the 6th largest river in the world, in terms of the volume of water it carries. The discovery, made using an autonomous underwater vehicle, has profound implications for our understanding of oceanography and how life might exist in extreme environments, both on Earth and potentially on other planets. The river creates its own unique ecosystem on the seafloor, a channel of life moving through the dark, cold depths. It is a stunning example of the complex and dynamic processes that are constantly at work in the deep ocean, creating landscapes and features that rival anything we can see on the surface. The Great Lakes of North America are vast inland seas, holding their own share of mysteries and submerged history. In 2007, a professor of underwater archaeology was surveying the bed of Lake Michigan's Grand Traverse Bay, searching for shipwrecks with sonar equipment. But instead of a wreck, he found something far more puzzling. At a depth of about 12 meters, his sonar returned images of a series of stones arranged in a long, deliberate line, culminating in a circle. The stones are arranged in a pattern that is eerily reminiscent of the famous Stonehenge monument in England, albeit on a much smaller scale. One stone in particular has drawn significant attention. High-resolution images appear to show a carving on its surface. The outline of a mastodon, an elephant-like creature that went extinct over 10,000 years ago. This has led to speculation that the structure could be an ancient prehistoric site, perhaps a ceremonial ground built by early inhabitants of the region. The discovery is shrouded in controversy and secrecy. The exact location is kept under wraps to protect the site, and further research has been slow and difficult. Skeptics suggest the arrangement could be a natural geological feature or even a modern construction. But if the carving is indeed a mastodon and the structure is authenticated as ancient, it would represent a monumental archaeological find. It would be a window into a prehistoric North America, created during a time when the lake levels were much lower, a sacred place now hidden beneath the cold, fresh waters of Lake Michigan. The Red Sea, with its warm, clear waters and vibrant coral reefs, is, a paradise for divers, but beneath its surface lies not just natural beauty, but also these really poignant relics of human conflict. Perhaps the most famous of these is the SS Thistlegorm, a British armed merchant ship that met its end during the Second World War. Launched in 1940, its mission was to transport vital military supplies to British troops in North Africa. In October 1941, loaded with a vast cargo of war materials, the Thistlegorm was anchored in a safe haven, just waiting for passage through the Suez Canal. It was there that two German bombers, searching for a much larger prize, spotted the ship. In the dead of night they attacked. The bombs struck the aft hold where much of the ammunition was stored, resulting in a massive explosion that tore the ship in two. The Thistlegorm sank rapidly, settling upright on the sandy seabed 30 meters below. For years it lay undisturbed, its location known only to local fishermen. Then, in the 1950s, it was rediscovered by the legendary Jacques Cousteau. Today, it's one of the most famous and beloved wreck dives in the world. To descend upon the Thistlegorm is honestly to swim through a living museum. Its cargo holds are still packed with motorcycles, trucks, armored vehicles, rifles, and stacks of rubber boots. It is a frozen moment in time, a powerful and haunting memorial to the war, now encrusted with coral and patrolled by the colorful inhabitants of the Red Sea. If Laconia in Greece, just a few meters beneath the surface of the Mediterranean, lies a discovery that, fundamentally changed our understanding of early urban life, this is Pavlopetri, the oldest known complete submerged city in the world. Unlike many other underwater ruins, which are often fragmented or incomplete, Pavlopetri is an entire town, startlingly preserved, with streets, buildings, courtyards, and even tombs clearly identifiable on the seabed. The city dates back some 5,000 years, flourishing during the Bronze Age, the era of the heroes of Homer's Iliad. It actually predates most of the famous tales of ancient Greece. For thousands of years, it lay hidden, its existence only hinted at in local folklore. It was finally discovered in 1967 by Nicholas Fleming and mapped a year later by a team from Cambridge. But it's only with modern three-dimensional digital survey technology that its true extent and sophistication have been revealed. The digital reconstruction has allowed archaeologists to walk through the streets of Pavlopetri as they were 5 millennia ago. They have found a complex, well-planned town with at least 15 buildings, a sophisticated water management system, and evidence of a thriving textile industry. It is believed the city was submerged by a series of earthquakes around 1000 BCE. Pavlopetri offers an unprecedented glimpse into the daily life of a Bronze Age coastal community, a complete prehistoric world resting peacefully just beneath the waves. For years, divers off the coast of Amami-Oshima Island in southern Japan were, honestly, baffled by a mysterious and beautiful phenomenon. On the sandy seabed, some 25 meters down, they kept finding these intricate geometric circles, nearly 2 meters in diameter. These patterns were perfect, adorned with radiating ridges and valleys, resembling ornate mandalas or, as they came to be known, underwater crop circles. Their origin was a complete mystery, with some even speculating about extraterrestrial artists. The truth, when it was finally discovered in 2011, was perhaps even more wonderful. The creator of these underwater masterpieces was not an alien, but a tiny, unassuming male pufferfish, only about 12 centimeters long. This little artist works tirelessly, for 24 hours a day, for over a week, using only his fins to flap and sculpt the sand. He meticulously carves the intricate ridges and valleys of his circular nest. This elaborate construction is not just for show, it is a nuptial nest, a bachelor pad designed to attract a mate. The ridges and grooves serve a clever hydrodynamic purpose, funneling fine sand toward the center to create a soft bed for the female to lay her eggs. Females are drawn to the nests, and it seems they judge the males on the complexity and perfection of their creations. After mating, the male guards the eggs and the beautiful sculpture is slowly washed away by the currents, its purpose served. This discovery revealed a level of complex behavior and artistry in fish that we never knew existed. From the engines that took us to the moon to the tiny artist of the Japanese seabed, the ocean reveals itself as a realm of infinite variety and boundless surprise. The discoveries we have explored today are more than just curiosities, they are profound connections. They connect us to our own history, to the incredible power of our planet's geology, and to the breathtaking ingenuity of life itself. Each sunken city, each strange anomaly, each perfectly preserved wreck serves as a powerful testament to the fact that our planet still holds deep and profound secrets, many of which lie in the vast, silent world beneath the waves. The dark waters are not empty, they are a library of untold stories. As we continue to develop the technology to explore these depths, one can only stand in awe and wonder what else is waiting to be found. What other lost cities are sleeping under the silt? What unknown creatures are thriving in the crushing pressure of the abyss, exhibiting behaviors we can't yet imagine? What other chapters of our own human story are preserved in the cold, dark quiet, waiting for a beam of light to illuminate them once more? The ocean is the keeper of these secrets, and it gives them up slowly, reminding us that the age of discovery is far from over. The sense of wonder is what drives us to explore, to look deeper, and to ask questions. Every one of these finds began with that same spark of curiosity, and so, the greatest question remains: what's next? What marvel lies just beyond the reach of today's technology, waiting to redefine our understanding of the world tomorrow? We invite you to share your own sense of wonder. Let us know in the comments below. Which of these incredible discoveries amazed you the most?